I would like to focus on the first what is linking us, the China and the CEE countries. Also, it was this morning said that there's a huge diversity in the CEE countries. They are different in different clubs. You've seen that those clubs are quite a lot, maybe more than would be necessary. Nevertheless, we have this reality. But I think that beneath all this is one link, and that's the common history. So I think that China and Europe jointly promote a dialogue among civilizations in order to learn from each other while bearing future features of the openness and inclusiveness. And this economic exchange is an inseparable part of this dialogue between those two civilizations. Furthermore, the China-CEE dialogue has more in common than it looks like. Above all, let's have a look at the economic transformation from the centrally planned economies toward market economies. Under different circumstances and led by different incentives, still the transformation was in many ways similar. Thanks to Xiaoping, as well as the post-Soviet leaders of CEE countries faced problems caused by the decades on inefficient administration and state regulation. After more than a quarter of a century, China is the biggest economy in the world, and the development of CEE countries is less definite. However, we can find examples of undisputable success of marketization. We've heard about the example of Poland, and of course, as former Minister of Foreign Affairs and Vice Prime Minister of the Czech Republic, so of course I will speak about the Czech Republic, which I would like to point that the Czech Republic emerged from an obsolete economy to be one of the best performing economies in the region, with one of the lowest unemployment rate and first success in the public debt decreasing. Privatization, foreign capital inflows, coordination is instead of tight regulation, and other steps helped this turnabout. The development in China has been much faster, more extensive, but still there is a common part of the destiny of our countries. From this reason, this kind of dialogue, people-to-people exchanges, and best practices sharing is especially important and beneficial for both sides of partnership. The fact that we are here, that we gathered on a regular basis, that there are still topics to discuss, that is evidence that China and 16 countries of Central and Eastern Europe has a lot in common. Furthermore, most of the Central and Eastern European countries saw the arrival of the Chinese investments over the last few years. And there is a growing portfolio of Chinese infrastructure and development projects, equity investments and acquisition in the region. Trade is on the way up. Numerous initiatives in research, education, business to business, and other domains are operational or underway. Altogether, the number of regular and institutionalized mechanisms under the initiative, a prerequisite, in my view, for long-term sustainable development of the platform, is growing by the year, ensuring solid foundation for the future. Nevertheless, there is one more issue I have mentioned at similar occasions many times before. Along the ancient Silk Road, caravans loaded by rare commodities were flowing in both directions. In order to fulfill the resolution that the new Silk Road initiative takes, it is important to ensure the bi-directionality even in today's conditions. Second requirement consists in the nature of investment and trade exchange, which should be based on mutually beneficial partnership and be oriented to high-value added sectors with clear interests and evident value for the economy. Please allow me to focus on this case on the Czech Republic once again. In the Czech environment, we have been witnessing several projects and capital inflows in areas with low added value or marginal importance for the economy. In this sense, there are doubts whether the economy will actually experience real benefits from incoming investments or whether there are only property transfers with no impact on job creation, support of SMEs, support for science, research and innovation, and other activities which contribute to increase the economic and technological level of the country. Recently, we could read in the Czech print that the rate of growth of Chinese investments in our country has been falling. So there has been a factual decline compared to the year in which the President Xi Jinping has visited the Czech Republic, was the last year. I would not be so skeptical in this respect. On the contrary, I consider the gradual pace to be a possible evidence of paradigm shift or rational and strategic approach to investment in the sector focus as well as of entry level respectively. However, it is primarily up to us to act in favor and to promote projects which with higher added value, to create suitable conditions for them, and above all, to remain united, to clarify our position, to behave predictably, and to be a trustworthy partner. We are those who should influence and lobby political representatives and political parties in order to promote sustainable projects. Such projects with high value added and potential bring benefits to the people of our countries. Should I choose one successful example, I would mention the story of cooperation in the field of aviation between the Czech Republic and China, which could not be possible without support and coordination of national governments, non-governmental organizations, universities, research organizations, development and design studios, aircraft and part manufacturers, maintenance, repair providers, or air traffic control. The successful aviation cooperation can be observed by the opening of the 3 direct flight connections and one more which is going to be opened very soon. I think that this is an example when Goliath gives up fighting with the David and enters into the partnership which is based on mutual needs as well as economic characteristics and which is beneficial for all parties, mainly for the people of participated countries. So, ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, I hope that some of my thoughts and findings provoke your thoughts, and I wish a practical exchange of views, ideas, experiences, and the new partnership accomplishing our mission. Thank you very much for your attention. Cheers.